guys, I'm Missy, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. This is just kind of an extra little video. I need to go through my makeup brushes and see if I can get rid of any. So let's just start with my eye brushes. But before that, there is this set that I just got from Laura Lee Los Angeles that is for the Whimsical Nudes collection. I am going to keep it since I just got it. But let's move on from there. So these are all my eye brushes here. And then there's kind of a mix of some face brushes over there. But let's start with my crease brushes. You just kind of lay them out. Alright, so here are my crease brushes. I already know that I want to definitely keep all of my Singe Beauty ones because they are my favorite brushes. If you don't know, Singe Beauty is owned by Angelica Nyquist here on YouTube. If you haven't checked her out, you should. I'll try and remember to link Singe Beauty and her channel down below. But these are some of my favorite brushes, especially for hooded eyes. So I'm definitely keeping all of these. Let's take these out over here. Okay. Let me grab one that I know I'm keeping to put stuff in. Okay. Alright, and then I'm definitely keeping my Glam Light Michaela ones. I really like these for when I just want to blend the outer edge of like a look, and basically these are just my like finishing eye brushes to help blend everything cohesively. So I'm going to keep all of those. Okay. I'm going to keep this Glam Light Nightmare on Elm Street one. That one needs to go in a separate category. Okay. I know I want to keep my Color Pop. Let me find all the white-handled Color Pop.
2 hours later.
Okay. And then there should be some like cream colored Color Pop. Keeping those. And then the yellow ones. It's just one because the other is a pencil brush. Okay, so I'm going to keep these two new Glam Light ones from the Jason collection, Friday the 13th. I'm gonna declutter these 4 Eco Tool ones. One is like a dual-ended brush where it's like the smudge brush and the blending brush on one end. And then the others are a defined crease, another defined crease, and an angled crease. I'm going to declutter those. I'm going to set them over here. I'm going to pull this Perfusion Mean Girls one out and move it into my travel brush cases because it gets lost in here with all the bigger brushes because it's so short. And then let's see here. I'm gonna declutter this one from Farrah. It's a blender brush, 25E. Just gonna declutter that one. I am gonna declutter these 2 from Lorella. They don't have a number, but they came in like a brush set, so I'm gonna declutter those. I'm gonna declutter this AOA Studio one. This is the E127. This is a Lunar Beauty X Laura Lee number 4 brush. I have to look this one up. This might end up getting moved into my highlighting section. So I'm going to set that to the side for now. Let's see. I have another Laura Lee Lunar Beauty number 3. I'm going to keep. We have a couple beauty creations ones. I'm gonna put in the maybe. Same with this angled grease Makeup Revolution. Same with this BH Cosmetics Sprinkle Collection ones. Those going in the maybe for now. We have this angled essence one that I got in a mystery box or an advent calendar box, I believe. I'm gonna move it. It's a little long to be in my travel, but yeah, I'm gonna move it over with my travel brushes. All right. I'm gonna keep this Unearthly looks like UC8-7, I think. I'm gonna keep that. I got that in a mystery box. Gonna keep these 2 Ace Beauty Palette Opoly ones. I'm gonna declutter this Shayna B Miami angled one. We have this Lovecraft Beauty one, and we have this Lovecraft Beauty one. They're both number 3 brush, just with different handles. I'm gonna put them in the maybe pile for right now. I want to keep my Lunar Beauty. This is the LBE3 and LBE1 brush. Another Essence one that came in an advent calendar. Again, I'm going to move it over into my travel brushes. We have these 2 that I got a while ago in a BoxyCharm. These are the Luxie mini angled and mini tapered brushes. I'm gonna put those in the maybe pile for right now. I'm gonna keep this BK Beauty 202. Another Lunar Beauty. This is LBE2. Keep. We have these Moda brushes, crease brushes. One's a precision angle and one is just a crease. I'm going to keep both of those. And we have a diffuse crease brush from Sigma. I'm going to keep that. And then I have this dual-ended Wet n Wild Care Bears one. I'm going to keep. I do think the liquid is starting to dry up in it some though. Okay. I tend not to go for dual-ended brushes, but I'm keeping that one because I like the Care Bears theming on it. Alright, so let's go back to these maybes right here. I'm going to declutter the two Beauty Creations ones. And I'm going to come back to that one. I'm going to keep the two Luxie brushes. I'm going to keep one of the Lovecraft Beauty for now. I'm going to keep this one here. And I'm going to declutter the other one. And then I'm going to declutter I am going to transfer this number 4 brush, I think, into my highlighting brushes. Oh, I don't know what I want to do with these. I'm going to leave them in the maybe pile for now, and I'll come back and revisit after I go through other brushes. Alright, so let's move on to like more dome packer smudging brushes and shading brushes. There might be like some kind of mixed up in here. Alright, let me gather all these together. I'll be right back. Alright, I missed these two crease blending brushes. I'm going to declutter these two from Beauty Creations. Alright, let's see here. So we have another one of those like smaller essence ones. I'm going to move to my travel brushes. We have a Color Pop. I'm going to keep Color Pop. I have this, another Profusion Mean Girls. I'm going to move to my travel stuff. Okay. Alright, we have another Lovecraft Beauty. This is a Fluffy Blending 4 brush. I'm going to put it over with the maybe, and then I'll revisit the other one that I kept. See if I want to keep both or not. Alright, so we have a smudge brush from Moda. I'm going to keep. We have a LBE5. Going to keep from Lunar Beauty. We have this one from Beauty Creations, just a small flat brush. I'm going to declutter. Same with these 3 from that collection. I'm going to declutter them. Some of these brushes haven't even been used. I'm going to keep my Singe Beauty. Let me sort through here. Okay. I'm going to keep my color pop. I have quite a bit of color pop. That one actually needs to go in the blending ones. Okay. Lots of color pop. Another Singe Beauty. Okay. This color pop is actually a pencil brush. Move that over here with these guys. Let's see. I'm gonna keep my Glam White Michaela ones. I'm gonna keep the Glam White Freddy and the Glam White Jason. I'm gonna declutter these Eco Tools. There's a little color pop hiding in there. So I'm decluttering an accent shadow, a blurring, a dual-ended shade define, a large shadow, and another blurring from Eco Tools. Okay, I'm gonna keep Laurely Los Angeles. It's a dual-ended one. I like to keep my dual-ended brushes together, so I'm gonna put it over there with the Wet n Wild one. I'm gonna declutter these Beauty Creation ones. I'm gonna keep this Unearthly one. This is in UC. Oh my goodness, I cannot read that. UC 8-C, I think is what it says. I'm gonna keep this BK Beauty 204. I'm gonna keep my Sigma brushes. Okay. So I'm going to declutter this Bodyography flat shader brush. I'm going to move these two over into the maybe pile from BH Cosmetics and Makeup Revolution from the Grease collection. I'm going to keep this Ace Beauté brush. I'm going to keep this BH Cosmetics, or no, not BH, BK Beauty, sorry, brush. Let's see, we got some Lovecraft Beauty brushes. I'm gonna put those in the maybe pile for now. Same with this one from BH Cosmetics. I'm gonna put the KVD one in there in the maybe pile. We have another Essence Eye Blender brush. I'm gonna put this with I'm gonna put this with the travel brushes for right now. So that leaves the smudger brush from Moda. I'm going to keep And I'm going to keep these two Lunar Beauty, this LBE4 and LBE7. All right. So let's get into these liner and pencil brushes. It's like liner, brow, and pencil brushes. And then we'll work on the maybes for the eye brushes, and then I'll try and get into the face brushes. Alright, so again, there might be some that looks like mixed in here that's not exactly what they're supposed to be. I have this brand new Wing Me brush, number 13. It's a mega shading brush. I'm going to declutter. I also have a number 3 from that brand. Doesn't say what that one is. I think it's a larger shader brush. I'm going to declutter these little small essence brushes are going to go in my travel stuff along with this Mean Girls Profusion. See if there is any more of those smaller brushes. Alright, I'm going to put those over there separately. Okay, so I am going to keep this BK Beauty 208 brush. I'm going to declutter this Beauty Creations brush. It's like a pencil brush. I am going to keep the Sigma Line Perfector E68. I'm going to keep my Glamlite X Michaela liner style brushes. I'm going to keep my ColourPop brushes. Just sorting through the ColourPops. Alright, keeping all of these from ColourPop. Alright, I'm going to keep these two Luxie pencil brushes. They are a mini flat angled is what it says, and a mini round, but I use them as pencil brushes because they're so small. Let's see. I'm going to declutter these Lorella yellow brushes. These right here. I'm also going to declutter these Beauty Creations orange. It's from their Brights collection. I'm going to declutter these. Okay. Alright. We have some more essence brushes. I'm going to move to my travel stuff. We're going to put this sprinkles and this grease. Another sprinkle one from BH Cosmetics in the maybe pile. I'm going to put this KVD Beauty over there in the maybe pile. I'm going to keep this Sigma eyeliner brush in E05. I'm going to keep the Lunar Beauty LBE6. I'm going to keep these two Moda brushes. One's a detail brush, one's a line brush, BMX 420 and BMX 498. I'm going to keep this Sigma small angle brush. I'm going to declutter these Eco Tools brushes. I'm decluttering an angled liner, a liner smudge, a angled liner, and a detail liner brush from that set. Okay. I'm going to keep this BK Beauty 207. I'm going to keep this Ace Beauté Palettopoly. I'm going to keep this Glamlight Nightmare on Elm Street. Another Color Pop. I'm going to declutter this Beauty Creations. I'm going to keep this Sigma detailed lip brush. I just use it as a really tiny inner corner pencil brush. We have this Beauty Creations RC19 dual-ended. I'm going to declutter. I have a Moda BMX 420 detail brush. Going to keep. We have this Lovecraft Beauty angled liner. I'm going to put in the maybe pile. Same with this kind of like angled one from Lovecraft Beauty. We have a Sigma bent liner, B12 keeping. I have this little like lip smudger brush. I am going to keep, I still want to try it out. I haven't tried it out yet. I'm going to put it with my dual-ended brushes for right now. I also have this brush that I picked up at Dollar Tree because I want to try it out, see how it does to apply shimmers. Because it's just kind of like an old style cushiony tip, but with a longer handle. So I do want to try it. So right now I'm keeping. Okay. Alright, so that means we need to revisit the maybe pile here. Okay. And I need to pull back out this one. Alright, so this is a crease blending 3. So this is the 4. So I'm going to keep this brush here from KVD because it is the one to use with the brow pomades. So I am going to keep it. I'm going to declutter this KVD brush though because I never reach for it. Alright. I am going to keep all of these from this Lovecraft Beauty set. It's a packer brush, a smudge brush, a fluffy blending 4, and a crease blending 4. Okay, so that leaves these 3. Oh, I'm going to keep this one as well, part of that, the angled liner brush. Alright, so that leaves these 2 here. I'm going to declutter these 2 because I don't need them. I have that set there. Okay. Alright, so I am going to declutter the grease brushes because I really didn't keep anything from that entire collection because I decluttered the eyeshadow palettes, I decluttered the highlighter palette. I think I may have kept the lipsticks, maybe not because I think I decluttered them too. Yeah, I'm not seeing them over there because I think I gave them to my sister. So there's no sense in me keeping the brushes too, so I'm going to declutter these. But I am going to keep all of these from BH Cosmetics as part of their brunch collection, I believe it was. All right, so let me gather all these up and get them out of my way, and I'll get started on the face brushes. All right, so first up we have this 3 set from Bailey or Biley, I'm not sure how to say it. I got these in I think it was a Slay Glam box. It could have been an ice cream beauty box, but I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I don't want to keep these because they're new, but they smell like glue. So I'm going to declutter these first. Just kind of a face brush, a crease brush, and I think a shader brush. Okay, but next, let me pull out my brushes here. So we have some finishing brushes. I love these from Leader Beauty because they're nice and big and I can cover my whole face pretty quickly. I have 2 of them. They're the LBF1. I'm going to keep one. I'm going to set one in the maybe pile for now. And I have the ColourPop F1 that I use for the same reason. Going to keep. I have 3 of these dual-ended Lunar Beauty like contour highlighting setting type brushes. I don't need all 3, so I am going to keep one, and I'm gonna put the other 2 in the maybe for right now. Then I have this one from the Wet n Wild Care Bears collection, keeping. I have this dual-ended brush as a conceal and set brush from Farrah. I'm going to declutter. Okay. Some more finishing style brushes. Okay, so I'm going to keep the ColourPop F18. I'm going to keep the BK Beauty 102. I'm going to keep the ColourPop F1. I'm going to declutter this Beauty Creations one. I'm going to keep the Lunar Beauty Laura Lee number 6 brush. I'm going to keep the BK Beauty 103 brush. This Essence bronzer brush is going to go in my travel stuff. And I'm keeping these 3 brushes from Singe Beauty, which is the F04, F05, and another F04. Okay. So, since I have all those, I am going to declutter these 3 Lunar Beauty brushes. They are decent quality. They do chip and scratch up quite easily, though, is my only pet peeve with these, with the ombre white handle. So that's my only pet peeve with them. But yeah, I'm going to declutter those. Alright, so let me put these over here. Move on to foundation brushes. Okay, so alright, so I'm gonna declutter this one from Beauty Creations. I'm going to declutter this one from Lorella, although I do like this flat top for foundations, but I am going to declutter it. This one here is from It Cosmetics. It is the Love is the Foundation brush. This is the one with the little hearts in it. One of my favorite brushes for foundation, so I'm definitely keeping. We have another Essence. This is a makeup buffer brush. I use it for my foundation. But again, I'm going to put it with the travel brushes. We have the BK Beauty 101. Really like this one for foundation too, so keeping. We have the Lunar Beauty LBF 2, keeping. We have this Beauty Creations flat top. Gonna declutter. Then we have the Singe Beauty F01, gonna keep. And we have this Glam Light Nightmare on Elm Street, kind of. It's a bit fluffier than what I like for foundation, but I am gonna try it out and I am gonna keep it. And then I have this e.l.f. Putty Primer Applicator that I'm going to keep. I use this sometimes for blending out foundations and bronzers and any kind of like cream product pretty much. Alright, so let's move on to like my stippling slash cream brushes. Okay, so alright, so let's see. I know I want to keep my Singe Beauty ones. And I know I want to keep these two ColourPop ones. I'm going to get rid of this Luxie Duo Fiber powder brush. I just never reach for it. I'm going to get rid of this Beauty Creations one. I'm going to get rid of this Real Techniques Filtered Cheek one. I'm going to keep the LBF 4 from Lunar Beauty, and I'm going to keep this ColourPop F20. Okay. Now, let's move on to let's do concealer brushes first. So these two here are angled foundation brushes. I do not like angled foundation brushes at all, so I'm going to declutter these from Eco Tools. Yeah. Alright, so we have a KVD brush. This is a 40 brush. Love this for under the eyes. Keeping. Same with this Sigma Precision Flat Angled P88. Keeping it. Love it for blending out my eye primers too. Same with this Singe Beauty F02. Really one of my favorite brushes for eye primers, concealers. I have two of those I'm keeping. We have this F70 Sigma concealer brush gonna keep. I have another P89, I believe it is. Maybe the other one's a P88, yeah. So I have a P88 and a P89, keeping both. I have two of those KVDs, keeping. And then we have this ColourPop F12 as well, keeping. Okay. I have another one of those flat foundation brushes from Beauty Creations, decluttering. We also have this brush here. It's kind of like a stippling angled blush contour brush from Beauty Creations, decluttering. We have this one here that is kind of like a big highlighter, but more of like just a cheek brush in general. I tend to use these types for highlighter, but this is a little too big for what I like to use for that, so I'm decluttering this one as well. We also have this one, which is a fan brush for highlighter, decluttering. Let's see, we've done concealer. Let's let's do highlighter brushes. And then we'll do contour and blush. Alright, so we have this one from Singe Beauty. This is the F07 Keeping. I have 2 of those, keeping both. We have my ColourPop brushes. The F12 got mixed in. Let me put that in with my concealer brushes. Okay, so we have F5 and an F6. My 2 favorite type of highlighter brushes. Keeping, we have a angled F10 from ColourPop. Not my favorite, but if I've got like a liquid highlighter, I tend to use this one to blend it. We also have this one from ColourPop, the F24. Again, it's a lot bigger than what I usually use for highlighting, but I am going to keep it. Okay, I'm going to keep these Moda highlighting brushes. Again, we have the fan brush, and then we have just the regular glow ones. Keeping. We have this Sigma Spotlight Duster. This one's pretty big, but if I'm in a hurry, this is like kind of my go-to because it applies quite a bit quickly. So I'm going to keep that one. I'm going to keep this Unearthly A4. I'm going to keep this Laura Lee Lunar Beauty number 4. I'm going to get rid of this Beauty Creations one. I'm going to keep this Sigma Powder Sweep F06. I am going to keep the Lunar Beauty LBF 6. I'm going to keep this Laura Lee highlighting brush. It doesn't really have a number that I got in one of her mystery boxes. And then we have a tapered highlighter from Sigma F35 I'm going to keep. And then we have this Lovecraft Beauty Precision Setting 2 brush, but I use it as a highlighter brush. So I am keeping those. So I have this brush from Lorella I'm going to get rid of. I have this brush. It's more of like a cheek brush for blush and bronzer. Getting rid of. Same with this angled cheek brush from Lorella. Decluttering. Same with these 2 Eco Tool brushes. We have a full blush brush. Yeah, they're both full blush brushes. I'm going to declutter them as well. Okay. Then let's get into my contour brushes here. Alright, so first up, keeping this one from Singe Beauty. Keeping this one from BK Beauty, the 104. That one, let me set that one aside. I think this one's going to end up in my blush or like my powder one. We have an Essence angled one, again going with my travel brushes. Or sorry, that was Perfusion Mean Girls, not Essence. We have this Beauty Creations contour brush. Not my favorite type of brush to use. I'm going to declutter that one. Excuse me. We have this Moda sculpting brush. When I really contour, which is not very often, I will reach for this brush. So I'm going to keep. Same with this Sigma curved kabuki. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep the Sigma small contour, the F05. I'm going to keep the Sigma large angled contour, the F40. I'm going to keep this ColourPop F8. I'm going to keep this big kind of angled brush from Unearthly. This is the UC8-1. And then we have this Sigma angled cream contour. I never use this. I don't even know why I bought it. I think I was like on a Sigma brushes kick from like TJ Maxx and stuff. So I'm gonna declutter this one. Alright, now let's do my blush brushes and we will be done with this declutter. Be right back. Alright, so first up we have Lovecraft Beauty Blush Brush 1, keeping. We have this Singe Beauty F06, keeping. We have Lunar Beauty LBF5, keeping. We have a Mean Girls Perfusion Blush Brush, going with my travel brushes. Okay. We have this Beauty Creations one, decluttering. We have this Lunar Beauty Laura Lee Los Angeles number 5, keeping. We have this ColourPop F2, keeping. We have this Grease X Makeup Revolution, decluttering. We have the angled one of that, decluttering. We have a Moda pointed blush brush, keeping. We have a pointed blush brush from Beauty Creations, decluttering. We have a Lunar Beauty LBF3 angled cheek brush, keeping. Same with this ColourPop F21 angled brush, keeping. I'm going to keep the Sigma powder blush brush F10. Going to keep the Singe Beauty F05 and the F03. Going to keep the Moda angled blush brush. Going to keep this Glam Light Nightmare on Elm Street blush brush. Going to keep this one from BH Cosmetics. Alright, so now I have 2 KVD Beauty brushes. I never reach for this one, so I'm going to declutter this one. And I do reach for this one from time to time. I'm going to declutter it. Okay, so I think I did a pretty good declutter versus what I kept. Let me count everything up and I'll come back and tell you my numbers. Alright guys, I am back and I decluttered 83 brushes, face and eyes. I did keep 212 brushes. Quite a lot of them are eye brushes. Face brushes is probably about, I'd say probably 40%, and then the 60% is my eye brushes. Alright, I thank you guys for watching. I do ask that you do not ask me to send you anything I have decluttered. I give first dibs to family members and friends, and I donate what I can that is new, or I will put them up for sale. So yeah, because I've been asked before, and I just feel very icky about giving things that I have used to strangers, and it's just, I prefer not to do that. when I get to a point on my channel, then maybe I will do a giveaway, but that might be for not be for a while. We shall see. All right, I thank you guys for watching. If you would, please like and subscribe down below. It really helps me out, and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys. Bye.